to or welcome back to Kayla's College Tours. Today we are going to be taking a look at Liberty University. Now, I will say I have already made a tour video of Liberty University, and so I will link that in the description if you want to go and check that out. I've also personally visited Liberty numerous times, and I would highly recommend, if you're interested in attending Liberty or just interested in learning more about it, that you check out an Experience LU or a CFAW event, as this will give you a really good idea of the campus atmosphere, the campus size, and just what they're all about in general. As I've visited it numerous times, I highly recommend Liberty, and it's such a great school, and I hope that through this, you'll get to see a little bit about who they are. So some of their school facts: they are located in Lynchburg, Virginia, which is just outside of Richmond. It's about an hour outside of Richmond. And it's over 7,000 acres. It has a Snowflex snowboarding center, which means that it's basically fake snow that you can snowboard on year-round, which is pretty cool. It's in the mountains, and they are Division I NCAA sports, so they're actually pretty good at football. Some of their general stats: for their SAT range, it's about a 1020 to a 1220, and then for ACT, it's about a 20 to a 27. For their unweighted GPA, it's a 3.15 to a 3.83, and their acceptance rate is about 50%. So spiritual life at Liberty is definitely a big piece of who they are, as they are one of the largest Christian universities in the world. They have what they call convocation twice a week, which is basically where a speaker comes and they speak for a little while, and we also have worship and things like that. It is such a moving and great time, so if you ever get a chance to go or watch one online, it's absolutely amazing. They also have what they call campus community every Wednesdays, and that's more of like a traditional church service. You're going to have music and worship, which is totally amazing, and then there will be a message from usually the campus pastor. And then after campus community, there is community groups every Wednesday, where you get together with a small group on your hall and just get to discuss what happened and talk about your lives, and it's just a great time. And then they also have what they call LU Send, and this is kind of like short-term mission trips, but maybe over like spring break or a couple weeks in the summer, but just getting to go to other places, maybe with people from your major, and do really cool stuff. So on to dorm options. Liberty has quite a few dorm options actually, and their most popular one, as we're going to get into them a little bit, is the residential commons, but we'll get into those later. So you can see we have the Commons, the Hill, and East Campus, and then the Quad, South Tower, and the Circle. So starting with the Commons, they cost for the 2022-2023 school year $8,400 per year, so they are the most expensive dorm option on campus. They do have a 2-person room though, with a private bathroom in the room, which is really nice. And laundry facilities are located on each floor, with the post office being available on site. They each are equipped with a fridge and a microwave, and they have built-in wardrobes and an in-room bathroom with an exterior sink, which is, again, really nice. And they have a common area on each floor, so one wing is guys and one wing is girls, and then there's a common area in the middle. And these are called kind of the hotel style dorms, so think of a traditional hotel room when you're thinking about these. Next is the quads, which are apartment style living on campus. A 2-person room is going to cost $7,340 per year, and they are 5-bedroom apartments where 10 girls or 10 guys will share 2 large bathrooms, a full kitchen, and a living area. Now, these are usually recommended for upperclassmen or maybe sophomores that have an established friend group, but they're not really recommended for freshmen because you don't really get to meet many people that way. Next is the Hill. So the Hill, it has guy dorms and girl dorms, so each building is going to be either all guys or all girls, and they're going to have their common areas outside. So there's an outside area in between the two. That's your common area. For a 3-person room, it's going to be $6,320 per year, and they do have communal bathrooms. Their laundry facilities and mail kiosk are available in the building, and there's a diagram of what the room will look like in the bottom left there. Next up is South Tower, and I believe South Tower is an all-girls dorm. And it's a 2-person room for $6,320 per year, and they have 2 communal bathrooms on each floor, and laundry facilities are available in the building. You and your roommate are going to share a closet, but there is a common area on each floor, and you can see kind of the diagram of the room in the bottom right there. Next up is the Circle, and these are the cheapest dorms on campus. So if you're looking for budget-friendly options, the Circle is where it's at. It's significantly cheaper than the other options at $4,750 per year, and there are 2 communal bathrooms on each floor. And it is right across the street from the Commons. So if you're looking to be, close to the other dorms, close to the other freshmen on the quad, you're not on the quad, but you're very close to it. It's literally right across the street. So very good location if you're looking to be close to the Commons. And these are going to be 3-person rooms, and you can see the diagram in the bottom right there. Next is going to be East Campus. So East Campus, you can have either 3 or 2-person rooms. For 3-person, it's going to be $6,320 per year, and 2-person, $7,340. Now, this is apartment style housing, and it is across campus. So if you've ever been to Liberty, you know there's a bridge that goes down the middle with a highway dividing main campus and East Campus. And so you're very isolated from the rest of campus. It's the only residence hall on East, and so it's mainly recommended for upperclassmen. Again, it's not really encouraged that freshmen live here, especially because it's on East. You're going to be super, super isolated from everybody else on campus. But if you're interested in East, the layout is on the right. Now on to meal plans. So there are 2 options. There's the Freedom Dining and the Freedom Dining Plus. Basically, the difference is the restaurants that you can go to with your Plus swipes. So most people get the Freedom Dining Plus, as it's only like $200 more, and you get more dining dollars and more Flames Cash, and you get more Plus swipes, and they can be used everywhere. Say on the Freedom Dining, you may only be able to go to certain restaurants on campus. Freedom Dining Plus, you can maybe go to Chick-fil-A or Starbucks with those Plus swipes. And they also both get unlimited access to the ROT, so that's their dining hall at Liberty. So you'll be totally covered no matter which one you get. And now, if you're interested, here's a little bit about their honors college. Requirements to apply is a 28 on the ACT, a 1330 on the SAT, and a GPA of a 3.5 or higher. But the average SAT score is a 1460, so just keep that in mind, but definitely apply if you're in those ranges. For housing, you can live in honors housing, which is on the 2nd floor of Commons 2. And they have about 74 female beds and 54 male beds. And it's optional to live on that hall, and space is limited. Honors College does come with scholarships, so you'll get $4,000 a year every year, which is awesome. Now, on to more scholarship money. This is just merit scholarships. So if you want to check out more scholarships, visit their financial aid scholarship page. But basically, the higher your GPA and the higher your test scores, the more money you'll earn. So starting at the top, if you have a 4.0 GPA, that's going to be $6,500 right off the bat. You don't even have to apply for it. And then if your test scores are above the range listed, which you can read. It's a 1240, a 26, I believe, and an 81. You'll get an extra 1,000 on top of the 6,500. And then you'll also get an early deposit award if you submit your enrollment deposit before a certain date. I can't remember what that date is, but it's very easy $2,000 to get just by submitting that enrollment deposit. And then for full tuition, if you get really good test scores with a 1540, a 35, or a 107 on the CLT, you can get a full tuition scholarship. And if you haven't heard of the CLT before, it is the Classic Learning Test. It's basically an online, remote proctored SAT, ACT equivalent. They more focus on classic literature and logic-based math, and it's worth a shot. Sometimes you can get a fee waiver to make it even free. So I would recommend just trying it, just like you try ACT and SAT. But yeah, Liberty's pretty good about merit scholarship money, so check that out. And here are just the AP classes that they accept. As you can see, they're very transfer friendly. So if you've taken AP classes in high school or you're looking to transfer in college credits, definitely take a look at their page that talks about transfer credits. And obviously, local churches are going to be a huge deal as you really want to get plugged into a church and find your church home. And there are a ton of local churches near Liberty. These are just a few that I laid out that, you'll see they all have contemporary worship. College students go there and they have a lot of ministries. So if you're interested in any of these, definitely take a look at them. You'll see some of them are closer to campus and some are further away, but very good to check out. Here are just a few more options. You can see I've laid out, all the characteristics of these churches. And one thing that was super helpful for me is to check out Liberty's church directory. And I'll also have that linked in the description. But it's basically a 10-page document that lays out all the churches near and around Liberty, what their worship style is, how many college students go there, how big they are, things like that. So you can kind of really easily narrow down onto what churches you want to visit and look at. So I'll link that in the description if you're interested. Now for Liberty's stats, this is sticker price, so this is without scholarships. Their tuition cost is going to be $23,800, and their housing cost, depending on which housing option you go with, can be anywhere from $4,750 to $8,400. And as far as a Christian private school goes, Liberty is super affordable. It's only a few $1,000s more than an in-state public school. So if cost is the barrier preventing you from going to a Christian school, definitely check out Liberty. They're definitely a super affordable option, and they offer so many scholarships that it's pretty easy to make it affordable. Their average total cost without financial aid is about $30,000 to $34,000, again, depending on your housing option, and that includes meal plan, housing, tuition, other associated costs. Their acceptance rate is around 56%, and we already went over their average SAT, ACT scores. They are a private school, and there's about 7,000 acres, so their campus is really huge. They have a ton of amenities and fun things for students to do. And here are just a few pictures of campus. As I mentioned, I already made a tour video of Liberty, so if you're interested in that, it'll be in the description if you want to get a more detailed look at campus. And yeah, I hope this helps you to learn a little bit more about Liberty and maybe consider taking a visit and checking it out. I hope you have an amazing day.